ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. It is time for the top 10 songs of the year, which is 2018, which is this year. Well, right now it still is. Soon it won't be anymore, but this year currently is 2018, and we have some songs for you. So
the idea was that we collected the top 10 songs that we discovered/rediscovered this year.
And we're going to determine very soon that there is a problem with the definition of discovered this year, but I think we both find ways to figure this out by ourselves.
That is actually kind of tough. So a lot of the songs that I quote-unquote discovered this year, that's why I said rediscovered, are ones that I haven't listened to in like 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And those I consider valid for this.
But I'm also not just considering songs that I have only heard for the first time in 2018.
No,
I'm counting songs that I have been particularly aware of and continuously aware of since discovering it, adding it to my playlist. Those are the criteria.
Exactly. That's what I was going with. And then, for me, the problem is that I don't have a clear, necessarily a date where it says like, oh yeah, this is the time when you added it. Because I added to a YouTube playlist, which doesn't tell you when you added the individual songs. And then I downloaded them in batches. So I was like, okay, I'll check out the first batch that I downloaded this year, and everything after that should be eligible.
Exactly. So here's the first kind of exception that I'm already making is the Unforgiven by Metallica, right? Because I actually asked you at some point, when did you have that as song of the week? Because I didn't have the exact date. But I know that I later decided that I've known the song for much longer. Only this year that I started liking it. And there's another exception that has kind of the same thing happening, which I'm going to shout out later. But that song's not going to be included. It's not going to. I declared it not eligible for this list. So that's not going to be showing up, but it's an honorable mention.
I also did make 2 extra rules for myself for the list. One is that I said that it couldn't be a song that I literally discovered yesterday.
Alright.
Because that seems kind of unfair, because I haven't quite adjusted to the song
yet. Of course.
And also, I did go with a rule that at the end didn't impact my list as much as I thought it would, but that is no duplicates per artist to keep the list varied.
Alright.
Because I was afraid that... you know how I like Hammerfall, right?
Yeah, but
how I added literally 25 Hammerfall songs
I'm not sure if that's a good... Okay, that's your rule. I'm not sure if I would agree with that rule, because I'm talking about the top 10 songs of 2018.
I actually looked at the final list, and I was thinking, like, if I were allowing duplicates, how many songs would be in there that aren't, and it's at most 2 by 2 different artists that are both currently, of course, in the list with a different song. And I think it doesn't matter that much.
Yes. So I'm not going to tell you whether I have dupes or not, but if the idea is, if I were to have some, that's fine. I'm not going to...
Yeah, of course. I don't hold you to those rules. I just said that I was going to hold myself to those to keep the list interesting.
That's okay. So, do you want to start off with your number 10 song?
I mean, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, let's do it.
My number 10 song is Paranoid by Black Sabbath.
Alright. I
think that was a song of the week at one point.
What was it? I'm aware of the song name. I've probably listened to it once when it was recommended to me on YouTube. Is it any good?
Well, I mean, are you asking me if it's any good?
Yeah, I'm asking you if it's good.
It is my top 10 song of the year, so yes.
Wow. Okay, that's already the first sort of surprise to me. I haven't heard of that yet. Let me look at my list and give you my number 10 song. All right. Yeah, I actually know that one by heart. Number 10 song is Can't Keep Johnny Down by They Might Be Giants.
Okay.
How about it? Music video is an A+. Great. Go look up the music video. It's fantastic. Love the song. You can always listen to it. There's no point in time where that song is inadequate. Maybe at funerals.
Yes.
But even then you're probably keeping Johnny down. I set that joke up just for that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, great song. Number 10 this year. I discovered it around, I want to say, 6 months ago. Like around summertime, maybe a little later. But yeah, that's my number 10 song. So, great music video. Go check it out.
Now, at number 9, I have one that you probably are going to agree with more.
Alright.
That probably wasn't even eligible for your list, but
by the way, here's what we did, right? We wrote down predictions as well. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
So I wrote down a few songs that I thought might be on this list and vice versa. So we're going to reveal that once we get to the number 1.
So, Here's a song that I think you've had for longer than I did, right. But I have really only been really consciously aware of it and actually kind of actively listening to it, added it to my playlist this year, and that is All Along the Watchtower by the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Okay, or just Jimi Hendrix.
No, that's not how it goes.
It's Jimi Hendrix. The same with the Bon Jovi stuff. Yes, great.
It's the same with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Yeah.
Basically, but the one area is not Jimi Hendrix. So, yeah, good song. I do very much agree with that. And yes, I've known it longer than 2018. Otherwise, it would definitely qualify for a top 10 list. It's a really good song. Matter of fact, I listened to it today.
I've probably been tangentially aware of it before, but that's when I really...
It's a really popular, famous, huge song.
But yeah, that's where the discovered thing gets a bit flimsy, but...
Yeah, Craig will like that.
Yes.
Craig is a huge fan of the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
I knew that before I knew anything else about him.
Really?
Because he was running around in school with Jimi Hendrix shirts all the fucking time.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't even know him back in school.
I didn't know him either. But
days.
When I was just when we're standing out in the school area or something, I would just see him standing there with his Jimi Hendrix shirt.
He got a Jimi Hendrix shirt on, he gotta be cool.
That's the one thing I knew about the guy before I actually knew him.
Yeah, I didn't know him before that at all. I'm just looking at my stats here, so at my grid, right? Just really quickly checking if I can find
your number 9 song.
No, the stats for what I said with Can't Keep Joining. Okay, so I graded it the same way. We're gonna talk about how exactly I did it in the halftime show, but originally Can't Keep Joining Down was actually tied for number 9. That's what I'm gonna put after I did my grid.
Okay,
so this is quickly what I'm gonna say. So let's have a look at my number 8 song. My number 8. Number 9, Mulligan. My number 9 song is going to be Marlise by Fisher Z.
Okay.
You're probably aware of that song?
Maybe.
Fisher Z is a band that I generally discovered just this year. Like all of them. I didn't even know that band beforehand. But, the majority of good music that I'm aware of, I was introduced to by my father.
Yes.
By proxy, because we share a music playlist in the car. And he uploaded 5 or 6 songs or something of that band. I was like, yeah, those were pretty good. Downloaded them, started listening to them, and this turned out to actually be my top favorite song of that band so far that I've discovered. But you have other songs like Berlin and The Perfect Day, which was my song of the week last week.
Yes.
In the podcast.
Yeah.
And Marlise turns out to be so far my number 1 favorite song by that band and my number 9 song of the year, 2018.
So, I guess we're going to get right into number 8.
Get number 8.
That is, for me, Heaven's on Fire by Kiss.
I've heard of the band.
Yes. I would have been surprised if you did.
You got some weird songs in there, man. A lot of stuff coming out of left field here. Heaven's on Fire?
Yes.
How come you not putting any of those songs in the music show or anywhere?
I'm fairly certain that...
They're so great.
Well, I mean... All Along the Watchtower, obviously, I didn't...
Well, I knew that one, of course.
I'm not sure if I put Heavens on Fire, but I'm pretty sure I put Paranoid at some point.
Did you?
I definitely made you aware of it in some capacity.
Well, if you did, then maybe I didn't like it. But Heavens on Fire...
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is it the best Kiss song of all time?
No.
Where does it rank?
For Kiss songs, it's probably out of the ones that I know number 3.
Number 3? So you're ranking Kiss very highly, actually.
Well, I mean, there is a kind of a small pool for the 2018 thing. I think it was just a bit over 100 songs that were eligible by my criteria for me.
But that's still that's 15 to 20% of my entire playlist.
And, well, for me, that's about 10% of my entire playlist. And also that with the duplicates eliminated, theoretically, there's another 20 to 30 songs that drop out right away. So.
Okay. But that being only a number 3 Kiss song of all time kind of tells me that this has been a weak year for you. I feel like, in terms of music. Whereas I consider my musical year of 2018 almost revolutionary.
Well, see, the thing, interestingly enough, for me is also, I would say it's been a good year, but also, I think that one of the best days of that year was literally yesterday.
Yesterday?
I think I had 5 songs.
5 songs?
All of which were great.
That you didn't know beforehand?
Well... not consciously aware of lately. There's a lot of ones that I was like, I've heard this like 10 years ago.
Any ones that I know?
Maybe.
You can put them in the music show. As a matter of fact, you should.
Yeah, I'll see about that.
Are they all from the same band?
No. I think it was like 5 or 6 songs by about as many artists. I think there was only one artist that had 2 songs in there. Okay. Which I will talk about in the Song of the Week.
Oh, I see what you're going. Okay.
Because I intentionally made those not eligible for the list, so I was like, gotta pick one of those for the Song of the Week.
Yeah, that would be
because it was a song that I discovered this week. Yes. And that I really like.
Fun fact for the stats, Marlies by Fisher Z was originally number 7 after the grid grading for me. Okay. Turned out at number 9. Let's get into my number 8 song of all time. Not of all time, of 2018. This one is this is only a little bit older. It is early 2018, but it's Sister Golden Hair by America. Okay. I don't know, you probably didn't consider this for top 10 quite? No. Because you didn't like it that much. Well, by far the best America song that I'm aware of probably in existence. Like, by far.
How many America songs are you aware of?
Like, 2 or 3?
Yeah, I was about to say 2, right?
Not that many. But, yeah, The Horse with No Name is, of course, nowhere near this. But, I think that almost all the songs on my list are respectively the best song of that band. Except for maybe, like, 2 exceptions, or maybe 3. Okay. So, this one is definitely one of those. Sister Golden Hair by America is a fantastic song. Let me quickly look at the...
I would agree with that for most of the ones that I have, too.
Really?
Yes. Well, the Kiss song obviously wasn't. Right? Okay. There is one more where I'm not entirely sure. For the rest, I think it is the case.
Okay, after the first evaluation with the grid, this was actually not in the top 10. It was ranked at number 13. Okay. But then I had the adjustment stuff and the second evaluation, and then it turned out number 8.
We'll talk more about that later, of course. I guess after you explained all of that, my number 7. This one you are definitely aware of. Right. It's also been the Song of the Week somewhat recently, actually. Okay. And it's Let Me Entertain You by Robbie Williams.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that song I probably wouldn't have even considered because I've known it for longer than 2018. Well... I was also consciously aware of it, just haven't downloaded it. This would have been a gray area for me already.
But it's one of those songs that I really hadn't had much on my mind before, and then all of a sudden I was like, that song exists. Let's put that in my playlist.
That song exists.
And that was like a month ago or something like that.
Is it that good?
What?
The song, yeah.
It's pretty good. I would say it's the best Robbie Williams song that I know.
Well, probably. I don't know that many Robbie Williams songs.
I know 3, so that's not really saying that much.
Well, that would be number 2 for me. I don't know. Is Angels?
There is Angels and there is She's the One.
I don't know that one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously,
it's the best one in your opinion.
Yes.
I'm not too sure what to think about Robbie Williams just yet. It doesn't quite hit my style, I think. But I agree that it's a decent song to listen to it. If I would rank it anywhere, like in any type of top list, that's debatable. But I definitely don't have any Robbie Williams songs in my list. But that's your number 7, right?
Yes.
So let's have a look at my number 7. Is going to be I'm Australian by The Seekers. That was also a Song of the Week for me, I believe.
I think so,
yes. A few months ago. The best Seekers song? Probably. There's a lot of Seekers songs. And kind of like Fisher Z's, The Seekers are a band that I was introduced to completely anew this year. In its entirety. And I have over 10 songs, like, in bulk, in one time. I was looking through, and I was like, wow, these are good. These are all good. These are really, really good. Listen to it in the car, and then hop on YouTube. And I think I shared them all with you, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Not sure if I've listened to all of those yet, but yeah, they're great. Which you hopefully did that, by the way, before evaluating this stuff. But yeah, they're great. And this is my favorite one, because I think this is ranked at one of the highest points in terms of message, lyrics, which is one of the criteria that I'll explain later. But yeah, it's a great song. It's about history, it's about Australia, obviously. And about different types of cultural people that live in Australia or did live there or come there, whatever. So, number 7, good song. Go check it out.
Now, here is one that I'm not 100% certain where I got it, but I'm pretty sure it was early 2018.
Alright.
And that is one that I got from you, actually.
Alright.
And that's Julia Dream by Pink Floyd.
That was 2018 because it was eligible for me as well.
Okay, yeah.
As well as Arnold Lane.
Yeah,
that was very early 2018.
I had Arnold Lane in the YouTube playlist, and that was within the area, and Julia Dream
you know what? I should have
totally
put that on the predictions list. That was one of the ones that I should have gotten as a prediction for you, Julia Dream there. Because I remember one time you asked me to put it in a playlist somewhere a few weeks back, so that should have been a hint that I like that song.
Yeah,
I missed.
I do like that song. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good song. Do you like it better than Arnold Lane?
Yes.
Debatable. That's one of the ones that I'm not too sure about, man.
I actually would say that's a definitive yes. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't have even considered Arnold Lane for the list if I allowed dupes.
Really?
Which is not to say that it's a bad song.
That's a good song.
I don't think it's anywhere close to like top 20, 30 where it would have had to have been.
I'm gonna tell you
that in the consideration
neither of the songs are on my top 10 either, but they were in the candidates because I think I'm not sure even if I had them when I did the first elimination with the grid because I actually didn't have them set that high because of a lot of other quality there. But
well, I mean, my consideration list was also a lot shorter than yours right away because I
had like 130 songs.
Yeah. I didn't put all the songs on the sheet. I was instantly like, yeah, that's not going to make it, that's not going to make it, and then I just...
Okay. Yeah, that's kind
of... more about that after your
exactly, in the halftime show. It's number 6 already?
Yes.
God damn, we're going so fast. Alright, number 6 is going to be Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson.
Oh.
There we go.
That should have been in the predictions, yes.
That should have been in the predictions. A lot of one. Before 2018... I was aware of, I believe, one Michael Jackson. Oh, well, not aware, but I liked one Michael Jackson song.
Which was Beat It.
Which is still the best out of the bunch. So this is one of the exceptions. It is. You're probably going to say Thriller.
I was going to say Billie Jean.
No. Neither one. Those are arguably two of the weakest ones that could be considered good. But
Earth Song, I don't know.
No, man. Man in the Mirror is top 3, probably. Smooth Criminal is, and Beat It is. But, okay, that's...
I'm not that huge on, like, the quote-unquote typical Michael Jackson style, which is what those three kind of, like, embody.
They're real... That's the Michael Jackson spirit. I love it. So, Smooth Criminal is number 6 on my list. It's the best Michael Jackson song from 2018. Maybe the second... likely the second best of all time.
the best from 2018.
Michael Jackson song.
Yeah,
that
no.
did not come out in 2018, but I discovered in 2018 or added it to my playlist. So
that's obviously what we're talking about. I don't think
Michael Jackson.
I don't think either of us has a song that was released in 2018 in our lists.
No, if it were, I would crucify you. No, but Michael Jackson is one of the creators on the rise, to use some YouTube language here. For me personally, my musical taste in this year, along with The Secret, of course, and Fisher Z, and some other that I'll get to talking about later. JJ, we have a halftime show, correct?
Yes.
That's the first topic. That was really fast. But in
the second one is probably going to be a bit longer because
we're going to
have stronger opinions.
And we'll evaluate stuff later. That's how it went with the top 10 songs.
We have to talk about the predictions and stuff. Yeah.
In case you want to check out our top 10 songs of all time, stand from a few months ago, go look at podcast number 50 on this channel. Trash Talk Podcast number 50.
I don't think any of those songs in our lists now are going to be in there.
No.
Just because they were either really new at the time or we didn't know them at the time.
Well, for me, it can't because... like in the top 10 songs of all time, I had the qualifier that I needed to know the song for exactly a year, at least.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been one that I discovered in 2018, which is actually how a handful of songs were disqualified from both lists.
Yes.
Because I got them in late 2017, and some of those I will talk about.
Yeah, for me, the requirement for the last time, I didn't have an exact time period, so I think that actually pretty much lined up that the songs that are eligible now weren't eligible then, but I don't think there's really the dead zone in between there.
Yeah, for me it is between summer of 17 and beginning of 2018. But do you want to talk about the process a little bit, how you went about compiling this list?
Well, first of all, I had to figure out which songs I actually did get in 2018 and which ones were still 2017. That was the toughest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, notice too, both of us keep all the songs that we keep adding to a folder with the year for the 2019 podcast.
Sure. Oh god. So what I was gonna say though, I had to pick out what that was, then I basically looked through all the songs.
You looked through them, then listened through them?
Well, I just looked through the list at first.
Yeah.
And then I think I looked through it just once, just glancing over it, and then I looked through it somewhat thoroughly. Mm-hmm. And I wrote out all the songs that I could think of that would be candidates. I actually did end up missing some, which I then later added as well.
Yeah, that's always a thing.
I think in total, the candidates list was just under 20. I think it was actually 19 songs that were on the candidate list. And then I basically just listened to those songs, and then I basically tried to order them already.
Yes.
And whenever one fell under 10, I would kick it out.
Okay.
And then after I had done that, I put them all in the playlist in order from 10 to 1.
Yep.
And I listened to that to see if there was anything where it seemed like while the playlist was going on, it was getting worse. Because if it did, then that means that the order was wrong.
Okay.
But it didn't. It actually worked out right away.
That is good. So here's how and then that's where you went from? Just that top 10? No more criteria? That's that?
Well, I mean, I basically, more or less, based on gut feeling, I picked up the first 20 songs or so, because I know if a song isn't going to make it anyways.
Yes, that is true.
And also thanks to the rule for the only one per artist, that also meant that I didn't have to write down, 10 songs for one artist only to pick out which ones then actually will end up making the list. Because I already kind of know which one is my favorite. And then out of that list, I just listened to them and then basically versed them against each other till I had 10 left in an order, and then I just checked if the order feels right.
Well, yeah, okay.
Which it did.
That makes sense. So here's how I went about this. I like to put, even though I had some songs that I knew weren't going to make it, I still evaluated them.
Okay.
In a grid. I put all the candidates, literally all of them, in a folder. 130 something songs, I think.
Yes.
And those, well, of course, if I had to listen to them again, I would do that. If I didn't know, I do research on lyrics and stuff. And then I constructed this list, right? And I was not gonna overdo it more than I did for the top 10, which means that I had 33 spots for the deeper first evaluation in the grid, right? I had 50 songs in there, and then I had to start looking. This one is not gonna make it, throw it out, right? I had to start doing that. So then I ended up with the 33, which I have in front of me right now on the computer, and I evaluated each of those. Looked at total points, and then again with the percentages, I weighted them with the 15, same as last time, 15% casual, 10% small time party, that's my criteria, 10% big time party, 10% gym, 15% legend, 15% emotional, 15% catchiness, and 10% message/lyrics. Now, here's the thing. Do you notice a small issue with this?
That certain categories have an overlap and still have a certain big percentage, like small time party and big time party.
That's okay, but actually the one thing that I noticed here is that the category legend is pretty warped, because it's supposed to be specifically songs that I just noticed. Realized in 2018. So what I did is I actually redid the thing and left that completely out of there, which led to some changes in the end.
Okay, yeah.
Some pushing around. Now, I knew some of the songs that are in here right now are, for example, number 33 of 33 that made the list is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by The Who.
Okay.
Right? I knew that's probably not going to make my top 10. But I was going to try to get as much stats as I could in the time that I had.
Yeah. Do you still have the list from the top 10 songs of all time?
Yes, I do.
Because then you could theoretically see how those stack up against the other songs with their total ratings.
I do.
Of course, you would have to either remove or the legend category.
But then the thing is, maybe I did use a different yardstick, just mentally, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, for example, I said,
you didn't go quite as tough on them because you knew that they weren't gonna be 100% in any category because they're not all-time.
So number 20 of the all-time against number 20 of this one probably are about to the same point.
Yeah,
for example, number 20 on this list is 70.1 points. I think in the other one it was around 70-something as well.
Well, you could theoretically still apply a factor to that before, but I was just...
But I'm not going to comparing those lists, so that's not that important. But yeah, the top scoring on this list, by the way, is 80.45, which we'll get to later, and the lowest is 52.5, which is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And those categories I used. Again, I also highlighted the top song for every category, which I will announce as additional honors after the podcast. Or not after the podcast.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. After the list.
After the list, right. So I did those, and that's my process. I think I did pretty well. After that, I wrote down, after the first grade evaluation, I actually wrote down the top, 21? For some reason, 21. And I redid the grid without the legendary factor, and then just looked at it like, does this feel right? Is this correct? Are all the songs really eligible? Like, checked it again, pushed it around, up and down a little bit, until I felt confident with the top 10.
Yes.
And that's where I am right now. The first 5 you already heard, and we're getting to the final 5, which is actually number 5 through 1. But before that, we're going to have a fact of the week.
Yes.
For the people. What is your fact of this week?
Well, so here's kind of an interesting one that actually does relate to something else, which I'm going to point out later. And that is that there is more possible games of chess than there is atoms in the universe.
That is true.
We do have a chess channel.
I think Numberfell did a video on that, and yes, we do have a chess channel. Chess Progress, link is in the description. Go check it out. If you want to learn chess like JJ is doing right now, go do that.
So yeah, there's a fun fact and a shameless plug.
Was it like something like 120 to the 90 or something?
I didn't look up the exact number, but it's
something crazy. Numberfell did a video on that.
Although then you have to theoretically then say which ones are actually feasible. Like,
logically,
you could make those moves.
Yeah.
But no one is gonna face off against each other, just walking their pawns into the middle, and then
you could also just perpetually jump your knight back and forth.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to enforce some chess rules like threefold repetition results in a draw, which is a chess rule.
Oh, right. Otherwise, you would have literally infinite possible games.
Yeah, and also like
by both players just repeating moves back and forth.
Exactly, and also a number of moves in a game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, say cap the game at like 150 or 200 moves.
Because you could also, without repetition, still technically
you could go for it.
Go for it, infinite.
Because you got a 50 move span, to make either a pawn move or capture a piece before it's called a draw.
Yeah.
So if at any point there's 50 moves without a pawn being moved or a piece being captured, it's called a draw, which rarely happens. But if you were to try to max that out, then it would just be incredible. But yes, that is true. There's a lot of games. A lot of games. Of course, most of them never really played logically.
Yeah.
But that is a fact. It's a good fact. My fact of the week is that bananas actually do not grow towards the ground. They grow towards the sun, which is the reason that they are curved.
I know that. I knew that.
They grow against gravity.
That makes sense, though. That's how plants grow in general. They grow towards the sun.
That's interesting, though. I thought that was fun.
I mean, sure.
I mean, the banana, specifically the fruit, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the tree, sure. But
I guess it doesn't
but an apple
technically make sense for the fruit to go towards the sun because it doesn't do photosynthesis on itself, but hey.
That's the thing. It grows towards the sun.
Well, I mean, they are green.
Yes, they are originally green, but so are apples, and they do not grow in a curved way.
No. Would be funny, though.
Yeah, it would be great.
Would probably be impractical, though, because of the core, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't want to dissect apples that way. You can split apples with your bare hands. That's a technique that you can learn.
I think you mentioned that before in the podcast. When we talked about useless skills.
It's not that useless. If you ever have a knife around, just split an apple with your hands. It's pretty cool. That's a song. That's a fact, not the song. Fact of the week. Song is coming up later. Let's get into the second topic, which is the first topic, but extreme, like on steroids.
First topic, continuation.
Extra crazy. First topic, continuation. However you want to do it. Top 5 songs of the year of 2018 coming up right now. JJ, number 5.
Oh god, you're putting me on the spot here.
Yes, you always go first.
Yeah, I know. That's not really too surprising.
That way I'm doing this because that way he always gets the first wave of heat. And then when I announce my stuff, people have already cooled down.
Yeah.
A little bit, that's a strategy.
So, here's one that I think was my song of the week literally last week.
Literally last week? What was the song of the week last week? Tough.
I can actually look up if that statement is true. That statement is true, yeah.
It is true?
It is Corollas Rex by Sabaton.
Oh yeah, now I remember. I don't even know that song.
Yes. You made a comment last week about like, oh yeah, I don't know the song, but I know the band.
Is that your favorite Sabaton song?
See, this is probably the one entering the list where I'm kind of uncertain about it. Because, for me, a lot of Sabaton songs most Sabaton songs fall in a similar range out of the ones that I like. So it's tough to say which one I prefer. So it might be that if you're asking me in a month, it might be a different one.
Right. But some of the ones you already knew before 2018?
No, actually.
Really?
I got into Sabaton and also Powerwolf, for example, just this year.
Okay.
And I also didn't really get into Hammerfall until this year.
Okay.
I had like 2 songs of theirs and never bothered to look more into them.
Yeah.
Until Joe had that one CD in his car, and then I looked into them and I got like 20 songs of theirs.
Joe is the root of all our problems, man. I'm not even kidding. Number 5. Talking about Sabaton. Number 5 song of 2018, The Last Stand.
Okay, I did not expect this to be on your list, and also not that high. Let me guess. It got like a lot of points for historical references.
Not even that much. It scored the highest out of all songs in the gym rating.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And by that, I don't mean that of all songs of 18, but the highest of all songs. It's got a 99. Perfect 99. Not sure if other songs even did that in the original evaluation. I have to look that up. But historical references, of course, it scores somewhat high. Also a big time part, like a concert type stuff. This is pretty good. Now, casual and...
I would argue that for the gym rating, there's probably a better song, though.
Is there?
Sparta. Also by Sabaton.
I'm not sure. I have a bunch of Sabaton songs in that playlist. Like 3 of them.
Because that seems to be like, out of all the Sabaton songs that I know and like, the most high energy one.
Alright. But... I mean, they're all pretty high energy.
Yes.
But I got 3 in there. I might add more, sure. Why not? But those 3 I got, and this is the first one I ever was introduced to.
Yes, I know.
And still probably the best one. So that's number 5 on my list for 2018.
That's interesting. We got the same band in the same spot.
Getting that out the way.
We might actually get the same song in the same spot later on.
Do you think so?
Maybe.
That would be pretty cool. I'm not sure what song that could be. Let's see. Let's see if that's actually feasible. Maybe if it happens right now, then maybe yes. If not, then probably not.
No, if it happens, it would have to happen at number 2.
No way.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say any more than that. But what do you have?
I have a feeling I know what your number 2 song is.
I want to hear that before we get there, but it wasn't a number 4 song, though.
My number 4 song is, and you're probably not going to agree with this one either, it's Natural High by Hammerfall.
I've never heard of it.
Well, yeah.
That's definitely not the same song as I have at number 4.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
I don't have a Hammerfall song on here at all.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, Natural. Okay, that's also a weird one because it seems like there's better. Like, is that your favorite Hammerfall song?
Well, right. If you ask me what's the one that I would most like to listen to right now, that's not the one I would pick. But if you look at the entire time that since I've really gotten into Hammerfall, that's probably the one that I most consistently liked. Okay. So, yes.
Well, I still have one original Hammerfall song on my playlist. It's Last Man Standing, and then, of course, the cover of My Sharona, and really nothing.
I would still argue that, for me personally, those aren't even close to top 10 Hammerfall songs.
You said, you were super high on Last Man Standing.
Yes.
It was like, oh my god, this song is huge.
And it's not bad.
It's not bad.
But I think that there's a lot of Hammerfall songs that are better.
It's decent. It's not bad. It's good. It's not good, not great. It's good in the gym. My number 4 song, and I thought this might be the one where we could agree on. I don't think the top 3 we're going to have any similarities there. My number 4 song is To France by Mike Oldfield. I think you have that on your list. I wrote it down as a prediction. And that might be your number 2 song as well. I don't know. But this is a good song. This is, by the way, the best Mike Oldfield song.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. Totally agreed.
And also, I'm going to say this right now. When I wrote your predictions, I didn't know that you didn't allow dudes. Because I had 2 Mike Oldfield songs on that list.
Okay.
But you're going to check the list when we get to number 1. I
assume the other one is Shadow on the Wall.
Yes.
Figured. I think those are the only 2 Mike Oldfield songs that I got this year.
Maybe. Really? There's no other Mike Oldfield songs right now? Really? Are you kidding me?
Because the other ones are all from
Let me go look that up. I'm not
anyways, we were talking about number 3 song for me. Top 3.
Top 3.
This is also by one artist that I don't expect you to have on your list at all.
Innocent by Mike Oldfield from this.
Oh, for sure. Innocent, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
So, this artist I don't expect you to have at all. It's David Bowie.
Alright.
And the song is Suffragette City.
You've mentioned it as a song of the week, too, at some point.
Yes.
I don't really like it that much. I've listened to it. I think it was on the music show.
Probably was.
I can't get on the Bowie train.
See, the thing is, weirdly enough, I like a lot of Bowie songs.
I don't really like Bowie.
But I don't like the stereotypical Bowie songs, like Starman or Ziggy Stardust.
So kind of like...
Or all of the, like, weird Bowie with his starry face and that kind of stuff. I don't like those songs that much.
So kind of like you do for Michael Jackson. Similar idea. You don't like the typical ones.
Well, yeah, but I think for Bowie it's even worse, quote unquote, because I just, like, the Starman, for example, I just don't like that song at all. Mm. It's not even that I think it's like a good, not great song. I think it's a
terrible
song.
I don't like any Bowie songs, man. Do I have any David Bowie songs? Except for the Under Pressure?
Maybe I'm not sure if you do.
I'm going to look it up. I've never been... David Bowie's never done it. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, Suffragette City maybe the best Bowie song. Probably the best Bowie song.
Think so?
I mean, there is...
No, that's
I have other Bowie songs like Changes and Moon Age Daydream, and those are the only ones I can come up with right now.
Also a pretty bad song.
But...
Changes, yeah. But no, Bowie, not my cup of tea at all. Let me look at my number 3 song. So, would you agree with me now that we probably won't have anything in common anymore? Yes. Because your number 2 is Two Friends.
Yes.
But my number 3 actually also goes back for a little bit. It's been in the beginning, like close to the beginning of 2018. Is it was a song of the week. Is Floating Wives by Surfer Blood.
Okay. Yeah.
Good song. Let me tell you about this song. This is a good song.
See, the thing is, I would have totally put this in my predictions, but I just knew that you were really high on one of the songs from that game soundtrack, and I didn't know which one exactly.
Oh, there's a lot of them I like.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of them. I could have put Sarah. Listen, let me have a look in the playlist, not in the playlist, in the grid. How many songs from that game soundtrack are actually in here? There's 1. That's top 33. There's 1. There is 2. There is 3. There's 4. There's 5.
Wow.
There is 6. There's 7, 8. There's 8. There's 8 songs of 33 from that game soundtrack, which are really... Well, I can't name them, in fact. That would be... Well, of course, it's Floating Lights, which is the best one. There's Sirens On by Union Square. I think most of those have been my song of the week. Hanging High by Last Days of April. There is Final Warning by Infrasound. There's Wake Up by Splitside. There's Fader by The Tempo Trap. There's Gravity Won't Win by Scott Ledger. There is... Innocence by Acrylics, and I think
it's called Innocent, but...
It's Innocence.
Is it Innocence?
I think it's called Innocence. Yeah, I think it's...
I was under the impression it was called Innocent, but that's not really...
I think that's...
That's not really the key point here.
Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, those, all of them. Great songs. Floating Vibes is the best one. Talking about, the ocean, California, that's... When a song does that, I'm on that song. Great song. Amazing song, top 3 of 2018. Probably, if I did a top 50 all-time list, like in a year or so, that song when it's eligible, well, not even a year, like a few months, there's a consideration there, for sure.
Yeah.
Great song. That's the top 3 song. What's the number 2 song? I know what the number 2 song is.
My number 2 song is Two Friends by Mike Oldfield and, what's her name, Maggie Riley?
No.
Something like that.
No. It's Anita Hergeland or something? No, wait, that's his wife, right? That is her. Is that not her? Wasn't that his partner in singing?
Who?
His wife / ex-wife? Anita Hergeland or something like that? I'm pretty sure that's isn't that the woman who typically sings the Mike Oldfield songs? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Pretty sure that's his at that point wife as well. But we can look that up. That's the beauty of the internet. We can check that.
It's not right here. Let me quickly just type in Two Friends.
Yeah, he put Zoo Friends. Great.
That should be close enough. Hopefully, no.
Nope. Not even close.
Jesus Christ.
There's like French songs popping up.
It says Mike Oldfield and Maggie Riley.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that version. I'm not sure if it's the same. But okay.
Not sure.
For some, like
it's
for
also
example,
not the exact version that I have, but
okay, yeah. But for some, for example, if you look up, I think Innocence, I think it's
yes, that was a different.
That's a different one. Yeah. Maybe he does that too. I don't know, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with it that being a top tier song. I actually had an inclination that might be your number one song.
Yes, I assumed that you assumed that.
Yeah, I assumed that you assumed that you had assumed that. It's a good song. I have still one more, I think, written down, which you haven't mentioned yet, if I'm not mistaken.
That might very well be my number one song.
I'm not sure if it is, though. I'm right now, I don't know. I think I wrote down 4 songs. But this one, I kind of expect to be out there. But yeah, I would agree with it. It's even higher than I had it ranked. But we can agree that it's a great song. Best Mike Oldfield song. Would you consider it for like a top 50 all time in a year from now?
For a top 50, definitely. I would definitely consider. I'm not sure if it would end up there, but I even think it would.
Really? Yeah, it's a same, but it's good. It's a
great song.
Yeah, it's a really good song, and it mentions the name France. I mean, you gotta do a lot of things to mention the name France and be still a good song. It's crazy, but it's you know, actually the historical references and all that, it ranked pretty high in that as well.
No,
it's about this. It's about Mary, Queen of Scots, obviously. And how she had to, I think, look for exile in France or something like that. I'm not very familiar with the historical because it's pretty ancient, but yeah, good song. Number 2 song. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong about They Might Be Giants. I will admit that today. I said a while ago that They Might Be Giants are a good band. And that they have... and that their songs are mostly meme songs,
Your
right?
number 2 song is the song that I expected when you said it's definitely not the same.
Which one is it?
Birdhouse in Your Soul.
That's correct. There Might Be Giants are not a good band. Their songs are meme songs. They are a great band. They are a transcendental band, and their songs are high-quality music. This song is fantastic. I think it has the highest catchiness rating out of all songs in this grid. Let me quickly look that up.
I don't like that song, and I don't think it's very catchy.
Yeah, 98 out of 99 in catchiness. Birdhouse in Your Soul. 613 total points, which, for the adjusted totals, let me look that up, comes down to... there's way too much numbers on my screen here. It's a really good song. I don't know why you don't like it, but it's number... okay, 77.95. And number 1 was 80.45. So that's not a big difference there. And this number 2 could have easily been number 1. But I knew a long time ago that this was going to be competing for number 1. And it's actually the only dupe that I have.
I actually expected it to be number 1. If I would have had to guess your exact order, I would have probably put that at 1 for you.
And then you would have put my number 1 maybe at 2 or something?
Maybe.
Do you have an idea what my number 1 is?
Let me see if there's anything on my predictions list that you haven't mentioned yet. Otherwise, I don't. Maybe. So there is one song on my predictions list that you have not yet mentioned.
Okay, maybe we'll get there.
Maybe that's the one.
Yeah, Birdhouse in Your Soul. Listen, They Might Be Giants. This is not the only songs, by the way. Can't keep Johnny down. Birdhouse in Your Soul. You got the Mesopotamians. You got White as the Sunshine. Great band.
The answer, by the way, is Hydrogen Fusion.
Yes, but explain it in the song, right? It's great. It's a fantastic song. I love this band. They are amazing, and I'm always trying to get more songs from that band. I'm gonna look up way more and look forward to them making another showing at the top songs of 2019. And if we ever repeat the top 10 bands of all time, man, you better be ready for something, because these guys are contending. They are contending for real this time.
I don't like them that much.
Great band, fantastic band. I think both their singers go by the first name of John, which is an indication for great music. Love the band. And Birdhouse in Your Soul is amazing. It's just the best. Like, no qualifiers, it's just the best. That's my number 2 song. Well, there's one that's better.
Yes.
But we'll get to that when we get to that one. So, your number 1 song. You can actually look at the predictions that I wrote down.
Okay.
Before you and see if I actually did still have one on there.
Let's see, I've got a piece of paper here.
Yeah, it says definitely to France.
Yes, it says All Along the Watchtower. Yeah. It says Shadow on the Wall, and it says Wish You Were Here.
That one was the one that I thought might be number 1 for you now, yeah. By the Rednecks.
I was about to say by the Rednecks because Pink Floyd wouldn't qualify.
Yeah, exactly, the Rednecks. Which is a good song, by the way. You had that as a song of the week.
Yes, actually.
So I got 2 of 4. That's not bad, though, if that's not it.
So first of all, it is not it.
That's what I thought.
Second of all, that is actually one song, and that might be the only one because I didn't get it through YouTube. It's one of the songs that actually kind of slipped the list.
Alright.
I completely blanked on that one. Really? I got it within. Obviously, I got it within this year, but
would it have been considered though if you were aware?
It would have definitely been considered, and it probably would have made it somewhere low on the list actually. Okay. So yeah.
Well, you gotta step up.
But it would have definitely not been close to number 1.
All right.
It might have been in the bottom 5.
It's the best Redneck song, like you said.
Yes.
It's also the best song by that title.
Probably true.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, there's probably a lot of songs by that title, but that's a fact.
My number 1 song, and 2018. I'm kind of surprised that you didn't guess that one.
Okay, maybe I'm just missing it. Like, maybe it's something... I'm kind of surprised you didn't know my number 1 song now, at this point.
Well, I have one prediction that's still left open, but, my number 1 song is Promises, Promises by Nick Kershaw.
Really? That's number 1?
Yes.
Wow, that's tough. I would have thought that might be in, like, top 20 or anything, but I right now I thought it just didn't make its list. Like, it's okay. It's a good song. I mean, it's a good song, but that's all that it is. That's number 1, really?
Yes.
Wow. Not sure if I can agree with that. It's kind of the same sort of surprise like a top 10 all time, where it's like number 1 is undoubtedly a good song, but for the circumstance, for the context that we're doing, it's highly questionable. I don't know. I mean, it's been a bit old already, so you've known that for over half a year, probably now.
Well, yeah, it was somewhere earlier in the year. It's one of the first songs in the list of the eligible songs. Yeah,
Nicholas Kershaw.
Yes,
I did not even consider writing that down. I just didn't think you were still that high on it because you haven't mentioned it in months.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That is a fact. Now, okay, before I reveal my number 1 song, what have you written down? Give me that list. Let's see what you got.
My predictions were... I had Birdhouse in Your Soul in my predictions.
Got it.
Sister Golden Hair.
Yes.
Two Friends.
Yes.
And Snoopy vs. Red Baron.
Really? Snoopy versus the... You think that's my number 1 song now?
No.
No.
But
that's okay. That's actually a cool one to write down. I had it considered. It wasn't the candidates list. Do you have an inclination what number 1 could be?
Right now I have absolutely no idea.
I think you're just missing it the way I did with Promises, Promises.
Yeah, probably.
My number 1 song is a song that, if I were to make a top 10 all time, in 3 months, this would be considered for a top 10 all time. My number 1 song is Leningrad by Billy Joel.
Obviously, yeah. No, that should have...
Fantastic song. You should have had that.
Yeah, that was just total miss there. The worst part is, right, when I went through the songs for my list...
Yeah.
That was on there.
Yeah, exactly. That was probably eligible for you as well.
Yeah.
So actually, you shamelessly didn't include it.
So, I intentionally didn't look at anything when I made the predictions. I didn't look at anything there. So, if I had looked through the music share, or, no, probably not the music share, like the music while we're doing shit playlist, like something like that, it would have been in there and it would have been, obviously that's going to be high on this list. But I didn't, so I just completely blanked on that one.
Okay, it was kind of like even weeks and weeks before we actually started getting on this list, and I started working on it, I was like, it's, like, completely honest, it's those 2 songs. That and Birdhouse in Your Soul. It's between those, for 1 and 2.
Well, I mean...
by half a point.
Leningrad for me is arguably... it's probably in the top 50 of the year, which still places in the top half.
Diabolical.
But it's nowhere close to the top 10.
Diabolical. Terrible.
And I personally don't like. So we disagree on this list even more than on the all-time, which makes sense, I suppose.
Does it make sense? I don't know.
Well, because...
You're not making sense.
It is a smaller sample... Well, no, that would go against it. And, well, I mean... Also because we kind of went in different directions this year.
Let's say it's more volatile, because we know we haven't known the songs for that long.
And also, I think that we did kind of go in different directions this year. I mean, I got a lot more into metal.
Yes.
And you got a lot more into They Might Be Giants.
Oh, They Might Be Giants are fantastic. Band of the year for me, probably.
So, yeah, in that regard, that obviously...
Billy Joel ranks high... Oh, Leningrad ranking highest in both Small Town Party with 92, and Message and Lyrics with 95 on this list.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to also give you the other ones. Casual is the highest, is Birdhouse in Your Soul, actually, with 94. Small Time Party is, like I said, Leningrad. Big Time Party is actually a tie between Born to Be My Baby by Bon Jovi.
Okay, yeah.
And The Last Stand by Sabaton. Jim is, of course, 99 for The Last Stand. And Legend, which later I excluded, but in the first iteration I had, is Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
97.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
The emotional category would be, where do we have it? It's I'm Australian, which was on my list. Then the catchy category is, again, Birdhouse in Your Soul, 98. I don't know. Okay, what made it 98, not 99? I'm not sure. In catchiness, it's tough for me to give a perfect grade, I feel like. That's something that I struggle with. I don't want to drop a 99 or anything, but if a song deserves it, this will probably be it. And then Message and Lyrics is, Leningrad again. And, no tie. So, that's that grading. I'm not sure. Your list is questionable. There was good songs on there, for sure. Two Friends is one that we probably agree on most. Was there any other ones that we have in common?
No, we didn't have any songs in common, but we did both have Sabaton on our top 10 list.
I do also agree with All on the Watchtower.
Yes.
It's a very good
Obviously,
song.
And it wasn't eligible for you.
I appreciate it being on your list. Wasn't eligible for me.
I mean, yeah, we didn't have that much in common on the lists.
That's something that needs to be fixed. Like, there is a problem here. That's what I'm diagnosing.
Well, yeah. They're called They Might Be Giants.
Your taste in music is going down terribly. I don't know, but you need to get some perspective on They Might Be Giants. But one thing that I believe happened in a positive direction with you in 2018 is, I'm going to ask you this question. Are the Rolling Stones a top 10 band of all time? That answer is enough. That answer is good enough for me to know that you have made progress. That's good enough. That's all I needed to know. Also, you like Runrig more.
Yes.
That's also good. Runrig versus the Rolling Stones.
That would still probably be the Stones.
Okay. Let's go slow. But next year, maybe next year, you've gotten to the point where you came around. But yeah, Leningrad by Billy Joel is the best song of 2018. That's what you gotta take home from this. And go look it up if you don't know that song. I actually recently watched a video of Billy Joel on a talk show. I'm not sure exactly where, like Jimmy Kimmel or something. When they were asking him what his top 5 songs of all time, he didn't even mention it. He mentioned like 5 songs I didn't know.
Okay.
Because he said that typically it's a smaller, lesser known ones that actually he likes the best.
Okay, I mean that kind of makes sense because the ones that everyone knows and loves, you're gonna play over and over and over again until you're sick of them.
I feel like that's actually a thing. When he's at a concert, he needs to play "We Didn't Start the Fire" 25 times.
Yeah,
because everyone wants to hear it, right?
He probably hates that song.
He probably does. He probably actually does. I don't know. I've watched that recently. That was an interesting one. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, honorable mentions. Right, I was gonna do. Do you want to start with that?
I don't really think there's too much of anything there. I know that there's one artist that I yesterday kind of discovered 2 songs that I've heard before, but I've never really consciously been aware of.
What's that?
And just until now. And one of those is my song of the week, which is why I'm going to talk about that in that segment.
First, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the remaining songs on the grid that I had in consideration to the top 33. I'm just going to go through them real quick and then get into some honorable mentions which weren't eligible for one reason or another. Got Innocence by Acrylics, I already mentioned that. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Sister Golden Hair, Half a Boy and Half a Man by Nick Lowe.
Yes.
Floating by Surf by Leningrad. C'est la vie by Texas Lightning.
That was this year?
Yes, that was this year. Birdhouse in Your Soul.
Wow.
Green Sleeves by Blackmore's Night. That was January of this year. That was like the oldest song eligible, I think.
Okay.
Born to Be My Baby by Bon Jovi. I Never Loved Ava Brown by the Boomtown Rats. Johnny Be Good. Wish You Were Here by the Rednecks. Gravity Won't Win by Scott Ledger. From Small Things by Dave Edmunds. Song on the Rise. I haven't known it for that long, but Song on the Rise. If it was eligible for... It's not going to be eligible for 2019, and this is going to be one of those where maybe in 2019 I'm like, that song should be on there for all intents and purposes, but...
Yeah, see, that's the thing for me, that right now, in like very late 2018, I'm starting to bulk discover songs, and they're not going to be eligible for anything, basically.
Exactly. So, what else did I mention? Okay, The Perfect Day by Fisher Z, I did not mention today, I believe.
Well, you mentioned it, but not in relation to the list.
Oh Love by Green Day.
Okay.
Wake Up by Splitside. Final Warning. Okay, we had that. Naked City by Valley Lodge. Sirens on Union Square. Okay, that I all mentioned. Smooth Criminal. Well, I had The Unforgiven on here, but later decided to kick it out. Dr. Worm by They Might Be Giants. And finally, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Those were the ones I didn't talk about so far. Yeah, Dr. Worm is the thing, too. I completely forgot when I talked about how great They Might Be Giants are. Honorable mentions. And I have 4 songs written down here, which, aside from The Unforgiven, which I've already mentioned why that's not eligible, and the other one's basically the same reason. For one is City of New Orleans by Me First and Gimme Gimmes. When we did the top 10 all time, I didn't know it for a year.
Yeah.
But late 2017, not eligible this year, great song. Surrender by Cheap Trick, same thing.
Okay, yeah.
Same problem. And
yeah, right. I remember you asking me when that was my song of the week.
That was one of those.
That was like right towards the end.
That was like December 2017.
Yeah.
Right? So, just didn't make it for both lists, but it's a great song. And probably would rank like a top 5 song of all time in terms of the gym rating. And then finally, this is one of the more grayish ones, is Sympathy for the Devil. And here's why.
The Guns N' Roses version? You've been very aware of the Rolling Stones version for long or something?
I have been very much aware of the song. I've known this song, consciously aware of it. Until 2018, I legit did not like the song. I just did not like it. In 2018, I discovered that the Guns N' Roses sung that song as well. And now here's the thing. I ended up not considering that for the list, but I might as well have. I could have justified it to myself to consider this a different song, because it is a different song.
Yeah, it is very
different. It's a different song. Like, this version single-handedly turned this song from it's a bad song to it's a really good song for me. And
I still prefer the Rolling Stones version.
No way. That's not. No, I'm not even going to tolerate that anymore.
Though there is elements in the Guns N' Roses version that are better. It's interesting so because I think there's parts where one is better and parts where the other is.
I legitimately still don't like the Rolling Stones. I know you have both versions.
Yes.
And you're cool with both. I legit don't like the Rolling Stones version. I don't have it. When it plays in the car, I skip it. I legit don't like it. I don't recognize that song. When was sung by Rolling Stones, I did not consider it for the list, and if I had, it would have had a shot at top 10.
Okay,
maybe would have had a shot because historical references, of course, message lyrics is definitely up there.
I literally introduced you to the song, and I was like, oh yeah, you're gonna like the lyrics and content,
and I was like, yeah, I know it. It's a terrible song.
Yeah,
I like the lyrics and content, but it's just I can't bear listening to it. And then all of a sudden, oh my god, Guns N' Roses did that. And I like the Guns N' Roses in general. They're a great band.
See, I don't dislike Guns N' Roses.
No.
But I don't think they're that great compared to a lot of other bands.
Are they not that great? I think they're pretty great. They have a lot of really good songs.
I feel like they're a bit overrated.
You think? No. How are they You know who's overrated? The Rolling Stones are overrated.
I like the Rolling Stones better than I like Guns N' Roses.
No. That's not. I'm not buying that. But yeah, that song could have been eligible, but I decided not to go with it because of that controversy. And but again, special shout out to that song. It's a really good song if you know how to pick the right version. That's important, and that's important for, I believe, several songs. There's probably more songs out there which I don't like. Which there's a version out there which I would like if I knew it.
Well, yeah, I know that too. There is a few songs that have multiple good versions. There's a few songs that just have one good version. Sometimes the cover is a good version, sometimes the original is. It really depends on the song.
Exactly.
If you look at, for example, Behind Blue Eyes by The Who and
Limp Bizkit is
by Limp Bizkit.
Just a lot better.
I like both, but Limp Bizkit version is definitely better.
Yeah, it's quite a good bit better.
You got songs like somewhat recently actually became popular, The Sound of Silence Disturbed the cover of that, which became really popular lately. don't like that at all. The cover, that is.
I haven't listened to it that much, but I'm aware that it exists. Maybe I need to go...
For a while, the original would have easily been one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time. It dropped off a bit. But the cover, I just don't like at all.
It's not the best Simon and Garfunkel song.
No, it's not. But, still, it's like, it is up there.
It's okay. I wouldn't consider it a great song. Even.
And, like, the cover I just don't like.
I need to listen to the cover. Maybe that's one of the cases where I like the cover. But I'm not sure about Disturbed anyway. I don't have a song by Disturbed. I know the band. Questionable style in my...
If you want to know about a song by Disturbed that's actually kind of good, Land of Confusion.
The Genesis one?
Yes.
Really?
They covered that too.
They did that too? There was actually some Genesis songs in my consideration as well. Like You Can't Hurry Love, and I think That's All as well. We're eligible.
I'm trying to think. Isn't You Can't Hurry Love technically just a Phil Collins song?
Yeah, it's a Phil Collins song.
I mean, not a big difference, but...
No, but I was just saying, like, Genesis and its members.
That's All is 2018 for you?
Hey, for me, it's 2018.
I think I've had that for a while.
Maybe. I think it's 2018 for me.
Then again, I've always been the Genesis guy here.
Yeah, you introduced me to it. Is Genesis top 3 band of all time?
No.
You've made improvements. I like that. We should do an updated bands. Like, once the new year comes around, we need to do an updated top 10 bands.
Yeah.
And show some of the improvements that you've made.
Top 10 artists, and there is a sleeper candidate there that I will talk about. I've teased this for so long now.
Hammerfall is not a sleeper candidate
for this in Song of the Week. No.
Okay, yeah. Okay, what's the Song of the Week? Let's get into the Song of the Week.
My Song of the Week is...
Can't wait to do that.
Let me not get the title wrong.
Alright.
It is... I literally edited that yesterday, okay? Cut me some slack.
Alright.
It's Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce! I don't hate Bruce. I like Bruce.
So, here's the story, okay?
Bruce is Bruce.
Yesterday I was like, I got this Amazon Prime membership. Why does Mel like some music off it? And I downloaded the Amazon Music Player.
Yeah.
Which you can then also, like, stream music based on, like, genres and time frames and all that stuff.
So did you get a golden pack from Twitch Prime? Just off topic.
Did they do them again recently?
They did do it recently, yeah, but I didn't have the Prime anymore.
Probably. I probably just haven't claimed it yet.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
I don't go to Twitch Prime that much, but so I downloaded the player and I just started playing it, and I think it was either like one of the like 60s, 70s, 80s rock channels, or it was just a classic rock channel. I think it was the latter.
Yeah.
And I just like listened to that for like probably 2 or 3 hours.
All right.
And I just added songs.
Yeah, not bad.
And there was 2 Bruce Springsteen songs.
Which one is the other one?
Let me look that up.
Listen, I like the Bruce, and if the Bruce shows up on one of your lists, I cannot say that that's incorrect.
I didn't want to add any songs that I added literally yesterday, so that didn't make it. So let's see. There is I'm on Fire,
all right,
and there is Dancing in the Dark, which are the ones that I've added literally yesterday.
All right, let's see.
I can see if I can see if
not opposed to the Bruce.
Get a list of songs here that the problem is the list of songs that I added yesterday is like over 100 songs, most of which I'd known before. So go
I See America by Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah. So trying to go through those, finding the ones that are actually new is kind of a bit tough. There is one that's just called... They're sort of alphabetically, really. There is one called Him.
By the Bruce?
No. By... by Barclay James Harvest.
Yeah.
Which is one that I definitely remember from like 10 or so years ago, which is really great. There's a few other ones that...
Drop them in the music share, do it.
Yes.
I still think you haven't updated the music share for a while.
Yes.
I think it's still me with the last update. Is that possible?
No, technically I today deleted a deleted video from the playlist.
There was another deleted video in there? You know which one it was?
No.
Terrible.
There was also, I think, 2 in the Music While We're Doing Shit playlist.
We gotta update that stuff.
Yes.
Why? We should do that right away. But come on, why does it always happen? Why do people start deleting videos? Come on, YouTube. But yeah, alright. That's our top 10 songs of the year 2018. Let us know what yours are in the comments and drop them in the viewer music share playlist.
Definitely.
Link in this description. Any song that you like, maybe even if you have a not so well known cover of a song, put it in there, and we'll see if it's really good.
Or not so well-known original.
Yeah, or that. It's always appreciated if you have a song that you want to share, and if it's really good, you'll get a shout-out.
Actually, there's another song that I've kind of consciously listened to for the first time yesterday.
All right.
I was aware that it existed, but I didn't really
look too much into it.
And that is Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that's the original, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I knew it was a Bob Dylan cover.
Yeah.
I just never bothered to look it up.
That's true. That's true. Guns N' Roses did not originally do that. Bob Dylan wrote a lot of songs.
Yes.
A lot of songs. He's great, too. But none of them, I think, were eligible for 2018. They've all gone way back. I think I had... didn't I have, like, a Rolling Stone on my top 10 all time?
I think you did.
Podcast number 50. Go check it out. Creators on the rise for me in 2018 overall. Closing statement. They Might Be Giants. The Seekers. Well, they're complete newcomers. Fisher Z. And Nick Lowe. Those are the ones that come to mind for sure.
For me, on the rise, Nick Kershaw. Kind of. One song. Mike Oldfield, obviously.
Mike Oldfield. It's called
Hammerfall. Kind of obviously, because I went from 2 to like 26 songs. Yeah. Bands that I kind of discovered this year is basically anything power metal that I talked about in the last podcasts, like Sabaton, Powerwolf, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into too much detail there. And just now, Bruce Springsteen. He's definitely up there. And, of course, Runrick. Gotta mention Runrick. I think I had like 2 or 3 Runrick songs that I, over the year, had as songs of the week because I just discovered them, kind of.
Because Runrick was pretty good. Bruce, I can never hate on. I guess Billy Joel also on the rise, because he also had songs like Honesty, and I think The Longest Time is also technically from this year.
I think for Billy Joel, the thing is that, from my personal standpoint, it's been a significant improvement in quantity, but not really necessarily in quality.
Well, Leningrad is a fantastic song.
Well, I would argue that the new Billy Joel songs are around where the old ones were.
Really? No.
Yes.
No. Well, for Billy Joel, there's really a different thing. There's Leningrad and there's the rest. It has become more and more clear now. When I discovered Leningrad, and like I had it as my song of the week, I think, and a few weeks after I said that it's probably the best Billy Joel song. I'll take that statement and take the probably out of it and make that statement again. It's definitely the best. It's one of the greatest songs of all time. Amazing song. I'll listen to it. That's the closing statement. But yeah, that's the musical year of 2018 reviewed. We put all this work in just to get this done and see what happens. So yeah, thank you for watching and listening to TrashcanTV. Be sure to check back next week for the Christmas episode.
Before you do the outro.
Yeah.
Have you even mentioned your song of the week yet?
Have I?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have. But would you like to start?
I did.
Oh, you did start.
This is the longest song of the week segment in a while.
Right. Let me go look at my song.
We just started discussing, and then
just
started going into outro stuff. And
there's so many songs. Okay, so many songs that it doesn't matter for one or more. But okay, this one is actually also good. It's "Walk on Water" by CCR.
Oh yeah,
that's a throwback. Totally not 2018. Totally out of context. It's a good song. I'm just with all the mentioning to the new stuff. Let us not forget that John Fogerty is the greatest human being that has ever lived that picked up a guitar. Gotta end the podcast that way. So, thank you for listening. Drop a like. Subscribe to TrashcanTV, JJ.
That's it?
That's it.